segregation in public transportation will pass away eventually. And I think we should start now preparing for the inevitable.
The March on Washington, held on August 28, 1963, was a pivotal moment in the civil rights movement. It was a peaceful demonstration that drew an estimated 250,000 people to the nation's capital to demand an end to racial discrimination and segregation in the United States. The march was organized by a coalition of civil rights, labor, and religious organizations, and it was one of the largest political rallies for human rights in history. The march is significant for several reasons. First, it brought together people of all races and backgrounds to peacefully protest the injustices that African Americans faced, such as discrimination in housing, education, and employment. It was a powerful display of unity and solidarity that helped to break down racial barriers and pave the way for the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Second, the March on Washington is remembered for the iconic "I Have a Dream" speech delivered by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. His words were a stirring call to action for Americans to live up to the ideals of freedom and equality that are enshrined in the Constitution. Finally, the March on Washington had a lasting impact on American society and politics. It helped to galvanize support for the civil rights movement and raise public awareness of the need for change. It also inspired other social justice movements to use nonviolent protest and civil disobedience to demand equal rights and justice for all. The March on Washington was an important moment in the struggle for civil rights in the United States. It brought together people from all walks of life to peacefully demand an end to discrimination and segregation, and it inspired a generation of Americans to fight for justice and equality. Its legacy continues to inspire youth to work towards a more just and fair society for all.
And let us, when that moment comes, go into the situations that we confront with a great deal of dignity, sanity, and reasonableness.